I think it was quite a pivotal event, and I've been to many other MEFMI events, and what struck me today, the sense of optimism, but also the sense of ownership, where the member countries of MEFMI recognize that this is an opportune time, but it's also a time of responsibility. It's also a leadership challenge, as was discussed in one of the forums, to sometimes make difficult choices. And some of the themes that were discussed today bring together various aspects of how complex the issue of resource management is. And it's not a pure technical problem. There is no one set of rules or solutions that would be relevant for each of the country, and it really spans a whole range from political economy issues to dealing with development, expectations from the population, balancing short-term needs and long-term objectives. And the theme throughout this, it would take leadership and ownership by the governments to make the choices and decisions that would be appropriate for their own countries, for their own contexts. I certainly am seeing a lot more willingness and recognition of what it would take. I think in the past, the discussions were a little bit more binary. Do we invest domestically or do we save in foreign? What does that mean? I think right now there is a much greater appreciation of nuances that would bring, whether it is to manage the population and to deliver on development goals, and also to leave a legacy for the future generation. I think a metaphor of a tree that was introduced early in the event, that was taken by different members, has been a very good metaphor for how countries trying to think about it. They want to be responsible to leave the legacy behind of the tree, that they might not even sit in the shade of the tree. And so I thought that was very appropriate, and quite happy to see that this event introduced a lot more nuances to the discussions on what's the right thing for the countries to do. Well, I'm certainly hopeful. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been in development. That's part of my job, and I certainly would like to aspire to the same, but needless to say, it's a difficult challenge. I think it's Saudi Arabia had summarized it first when they realized they discovered huge natural resources. They wish they discovered water instead. It does bring its own challenges, and aspirations are not enough. There needs to be action, there needs to be leadership, and difficult choices. Without that, unfortunately, history shows too many examples where resource-rich countries do not necessarily live up to their potential.